the continent, unfortunately, has been in the position that it has been in. But I think the president of Rwanda basically said, as a president, he's in the same position negotiating with private sector and public sector institutions. And I found that extremely interesting. Because at the end of the day, private sector, you're liable to your shareholders. Public sector, you're supposed to be liable to the citizens. Now, where has accountability been passed through? Accountability has been passed through because your very governments on this side, on the public side, are getting money from public institutions that are external to the continent, which already means they're driving the agenda. And then on the private capital side, private capital is liable to shareholders. So they disperse the money. They're not going to really be interested in, does the country need this? They make money once the money leaves their balance sheet. That's how they make money, through their interest and everything we've been talking about here. So we can't be surprised that the citizens don't really know who's supposed to be liable for them, because your government is not necessarily accountable to you. They've got bigger stakeholders that they're worried about, right? So now when we come in and say we need money to finance our mental health programs, where do we go as an organization? Because if public sector's mandate is already being decided by somebody else, and private sector's mandate is also being decided by somebody else, we're at grassroots with the community who's telling us that we need this, but we just can't afford it. We're left there like, well, I don't know who we're supposed to go to, right? So I give all of this context, so I hope that people will understand this is where we're finding ourselves. Civil society is broken, private sector is also broken. And the point of having civil society movements was a balance so that private sector didn't yield the amount of power that it currently does. You can't have a situation or a context where private capital is allowed to come into any country and dominate. There's balance, even within governmental structures. That's why you've got your judiciary, your legislature, to balance. You can never have one arm having all of this power. So everybody is very surprised as to how we are where we are on the debt discussion. But actually, we can't be surprised, because it does mean that there's one powerful party that actually has power over all of it, right? Whether it's public or private. At some point, there's been this mixing in the funds, mixing in stakeholders, donors. Something has gone awry, and we were struggling to get down to the bare bones of it, of who's setting the agenda. You can't tell me that you've elected people that are supposed to be funding according to a policy. Who set the policy, right? The person who set the policy is the person who's put money in the purse. So it's never going to be about the citizens. So unfortunately, this has undermined public well-being. People really aren't well.